Really a hard-hitting free safety for the New York Jets. Also, star of our Writers Room video. Please welcome Eric Smith. All right, you made it.
Made it.
You're here, Broadway. Let's cut to the chase. 2 years in a row, coming up just short. God, what's that like?
If you want to talk about that, that makes me angry. That's frustrating. To
Yeah.
get to that point, being one game away from your goal you set out to accomplish since you started playing football in 8th grade, Little League.
Yeah.
I mean, one game away and lose it 2 years in a row. It's so frustrating.
It's like, because I guess the first year, they're saying, okay, now this you come back and Rex, we're going to win it, we're going to win it. Third time's a charm. Where do you go from there? And that's kind of,
It's tough. It's 2 years in a row. It's hard to say, okay, we can do it 3 years in a row. But
yeah.
the type of staff we have and the type of players we have, I really feel like we have a good chance.
Yeah.
As long as we don't fall apart in the first quarter of the AFC Championship.
Yeah, you know, you just bummed me out talking about this stuff. Let's talk about the groupies in New York City. You're at One Oak the other night. I think there's some New York Post wrote about you. What's going on? Are you letting some of that steam off the off-season now? Is it time to really enjoy what the season brought you? Kind of reap the benefits a little bit?
I don't know how we just go out for a nice evening, and John Connor, and we're just hanging out, and somehow it ends up in the paper. Supposedly there was a spy from the New York Post there. They're talking about who we were sitting there with. They even said what we rode home in. You can't go anywhere without somebody watching you. You gotta watch what you do everywhere.
Yeah, but you're with two beautiful girls.
Just glad we didn't sit well.
Let's talk about the Jets a little bit. Rex Ryan, your coach now. A lot of people talk about Rex Ryan. You played, when he came to the Jets, Eric Mangini was your coach. Rex Ryan comes in, changes things up a little bit, huh?
Just a little.
Just a little bit. I mean, how different, how stark was that difference coming from this guy Mangini, who pretty much everyone hates, fans included, and Rex Ryan, who seems to be really galvanizing the team.
With Mangini, it was terrible. You'd wake up every morning like, man, do I really have to go to work? I actually pulled my contract out to see how much money I had to pay back if I retired. That was in my first year. It was more than I had, so I had to stay. The very first game, when Mangini was the head coach, the first game we win, like everybody's in the locker room celebrating, happy. Laverty just stands up on his chair and goes, man, what are y'all cheering for? That's a win on his record too.
I love it.
Mangini was the type of guy that would bring, like say we had a team meeting like this. Mangini would stand at his podium and play clips from either the game or practice that people messed up on and basically just call you out and embarrass you in front of everybody. And when he would walk in your meeting, you see everybody sit up like this and grab their paper like they're taking notes. But with Rex, I mean, it's night and day. We look forward to team meetings because he's going to come in, he's probably going to have some ridiculous story. Or he'll come interrupt our defensive meetings to show us YouTube videos.
You got to see this video of this girl talking about her feet. Everybody check this out. It's on Deadspin. We didn't show you that one.
He didn't show us that. He showed us Brett Favre's video on Deadspin.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah. Did he show you our parody of the Rex Ryan foot finish video? Probably not. It's a good one though, check it out. I have pretty left hand. We had a baseball player recreate the, I'll send you the link. And look, you also played for, well, Chad Pennington was the first quarterback, Brett Favre, legendary Hall of Famer Brett Favre, but now the future, Mark Sanchez. I see you've seen that progression as well. Sanchez, this guy he's a real deal. Yeah,
Sanchez is good. He's young, but he's getting better. Each year we see him progressing and starting to get a little more confidence. We got to work on his consistency, but yeah, I'd say that'll be the next step next year.
And Favre was a good guy to hang around, good teammate?
Favre was funny. He's kind of got a bad rap now because of the Kings picture. Yeah, he was a good guy. He was funny. He kind of livened things up. He was a good guy.
How many times have you seen his junk?
Rick showed us the video. He said, what was he thinking? He should have used a baby hand to hold it.
just like, your coach is like a frat brother. You're a smash mouth football player, as I say. You smash up on the mouth. Do you listen to Smash Mouth? Yeah. Hey, now you're an all-star. What's your thought now of all this talk about making the game safer? I mean, you've been involved in these big hits.
It's so frustrating because they tell you if you make any contact with their helmet, with your helmet, or your forearm with Wes Welker's head. But it's hard to keep your head out of the play when it's right between your shoulders.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. It's just, you know, you can say, in a situation like the Bolton, you can say, look, Eric, 27 seconds left, you're up by 20 points, let the guy catch the ball.
I blame Kurt Warner for that.
You blame Kurt Warner?
Why throw the ball down the middle of the field when you have a post safety standing right there? I blame him for that. That's something you learn in middle school. If there's a safety in the middle, don't throw the ball at him. Like that's kind of what I heard afterwards from some reporters saying, why didn't you just let him catch it and make a tackle? He's in the end zone. If I let him catch the ball and I make a tackle, it's a touchdown. Right. I may not be with the Jets. I may get cut.
And that's exactly the issue and why it's such a difficult situation, because you're playing for your job. I mean, there's some guy, you can't slow down. You got to make that hit. And it's unfortunate what happened, but there are some times when you do want to hit the guy right? There's some guys you just don't like it. When you play it time. What about some of those times? And the AFC game with Manuel Sanders had a big hit, $10,000 fine?
Yes. That's just one of them. You know, if I'm going to run all that way there and I don't get to break up the pass, I might as well hit him.
Oh yeah, yes. You might as well do it. You can afford the $10,000, that's not much. But, all right, well, listen, I want to talk about the concussion lines, which is what we're actually donating a portion of the proceeds to. It's the athletes' concussion lines out of Indiana. You're involved with them. They research concussion in high school players. Want to talk about that a little bit?
It's kind of a research program. It's based in Indianapolis for high school kids. They have an impact test that they're administering. It's a computer test that kind of gives you a baseline on your reaction time, your motor skills, your